The region's largest cider festival is taking place at Navy Pier later today. More than 200 ciders and cider cocktails are going to be served. And joining us this morning to tell us more about today's fun is festival founder Alan Shapiro. Good morning, Alan.
Good morning, Sylvia.
Okay, I need you to give me Cider Basics 101. What exactly is cider? The first thing that comes to mind to me is beer.
Right, but it's really a lot closer to wine and how it's made. So when you think about wine is fermented grape juice, crushed grapes, fermented, and cider in its most basic terms comes from pressed apples. So from an alcohol standpoint, it's closer to beer, but from a production standpoint, it's actually closer to wine. And from there, there's a huge range of styles and flavors. And so one of the great things about our festival is it's an opportunity for people to sample the whole wide world of cider.
Okay, I love it then. Okay, that explains that. So why has cider become so popular? I mean, the popularity has just grown in big numbers over the years. What's going on with cider?
It's been, huge growth over the last 3 to 5 years, something approaching 70% annually. And so I think there's a few things going on. One of the great benefits of cider is that it's naturally gluten-free. So a lot of people are incorporating that into their diet. I think also it's a big popularity in that kind of local food movement. So you have a lot of products that come from local and regional orchards. And as a style in general, it's very palatable, light, and refreshing in most cases. And so it appeals to a broader section of consumers that maybe, don't want something that's quite as heavy on their palate or will overwhelm them as much.
Okay, so you obviously saw this popularity and decided, hey, you know what, this is such big business. Let's have some fun and let's create this cider festival. So why here in Chicago, and what gave you the idea?
Well, our team started back in 2010 in Seattle with the idea of just trying to build awareness for more of these local and classic imported artisanal ciders. And the cider industry put together a conference for their cider makers in Chicago starting in 2013. So you have now 1,500 different cider makers from around the country and around the world that come to Chicago each February. And we thought it would be a great opportunity to bring the festival here. To give, all the Chicagoans an opportunity to taste this great cider from around the country and around the world. And the city has really embraced us. When we started in 2013, we expected maybe 800 to 1,000 people to show up, and we were overwhelmed with 1,500. And today we expect nearly 3,500 people to come and try some of this great cider from around the world.
Wow, that's a lot of people. Okay, so what can people expect when they get there? And what do you have that's really special that you think people will be excited to see and try?
Oh wow, I'm gonna alienate some of my cider industry friends if I name one brand over another. But people will, when they get in, they will get a souvenir glass like this guy and a certain number of tasting tickets and an event guide that will give them the full list of the nearly 200 offerings we have here from something like 7 states, nearly as many countries, and everything you could possibly think of, from plum and peach ciders to very traditional apple ciders, and again from around the country and around the world. And so you'll get little pours like this and find something that's President Adams started his day with a tankard of apple cider, so this is not even close to a tankard, so I think we'll be good. But, and so people can just study the guide and experiment and find what they love in the cider universe.